Thanks for joining us. I'm Joe Vigil in for John Huck tonight. A major ethics investigation into Governor Joe Lombardo. 68 possible violations of state law are being investigated by the Nevada Ethics Commission. Fox 5's Jacqueline Schultz has more on the allegations.
So state documents say that a censure and a possible fine of $1.6 million are recommended as a possible punishment. So the investigation and complaints surround Governor Lombardo's campaign for governor while he was still sheriff. 456 pages are published on the Nevada Commission on Ethics website, including this order set for Tuesday, June 13th. In a document written by an attorney for the commission, it states the following. A public officer or employee must not use a public position in government to secure unwanted campaign advantages for themselves. Public officers and employees are not entitled to take advantage of public resources to support their own campaign. The documents display actual campaign images. Among the allegations by the investigator, Lombardo campaigned using his uniform, badge, and other accoutrement of his public office. His profile pictures for his social media accounts highlight him in his sheriff's uniform and wearing his badge.
I am Sheriff of Clark County.
The investigator cites this video interview of Lombardo with Fox Business and says he wore his sheriff's badge during the interview. Witnesses include Lombardo's campaign strategist and campaign chairman. The investigator alleges the undisputed facts show Lombardo's violations were willful. There are no circumstances under which it is appropriate for public officers such as Lombardo to use public resources to support their own campaign. The investigator recommends the following for 68 ethics law violation allegations: a civil penalty of $1.6 million, a requirement to designate an ethics officer within the governor's office, and a censure from the commission. Fox 5 reached out to the governor's office for comment. They referred us to his attorney. Fox 5 is waiting for their comment and their response. In the meantime, you can read the allegations on our website on this story on fox5vegas.com.